following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 27 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We come to the Kansas Speedway for the Code 3 Associates 400. 54 laps of action on this mile-and-a-half speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Let me tell you, this championship battle is getting very interesting. Elijah Gordon coming into this event here today with a 43, almost a full race point lead, and he starts third. Will he extend that even more here today? We're just going to have to find out. It's definitely a crazy place here in Kansas. Maybe not as crazy as some other racetracks, but one mistake here at this place can cost you big time. And mistakes happen frequently, especially on the pit lane. One of the few places where it's almost a guarantee to get green flag pit stops, and green flag pit stops, these guys tend to mess it up quite a bit down that pit lane, so we'll have to see how it all shakes out here today. You know this, Brad Stover, who is only 53 points behind Elijah Gordon, third in the points, starting on the pole here today. So we'll have to see if he can find a way around the 5 to possibly get his third win of the season. So many storylines going on. The announcement of Stuart Gratton retiring at the end of the season after racing in every single season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's second in the points, 43 behind Elijah Gordon, and the top two guys in points are both retiring at the end of the season. Elijah Gordon, Stuart Gratton, both in their final seasons, looking to get a championship under their belt right as they walk out the door of their Chick-fil-A Cup Series career. So it's going to be a very interesting fight to the finish with Kansas, Rockingham Motor Speedway, Phoenix, and Homestead, the final 4 races of the season. And we begin that 4-race stretch right here at the Kansas Speedway. This is how they line up in the point standings officially. Elijah Gordon, 2,212 points. I have a hard time saying that number, I don't know why, but quite a few points for Elijah Gordon. 43 behind, it's Stuart Gratton who starts 41st in today's event. Brad Stover, the opposite end of the racetrack, is 53 points behind. Roger A is 63 points behind. Diego Yepes, 65 points behind. And John Stewart, 66 points behind. Then you get to Cody Sill, 83 behind, Justin Heath, 95 behind, Nicholas Amadio, 110 behind, and Michael Canto, 125 behind. Those 4 guys are pretty much out of it at this point. It's really tough for Cody Sill. He was the points leader exiting Chicagoland only 2 races ago. So really huge drop-off for Cody Sill in these last couple of races here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Kind of hard to see that, but it's the way it goes sometimes, and that's the nature of this points format, and Elijah Gordon has definitely taken the advantage of it as he holds on to the point lead by almost a full race with 4 races left in the season. Let's go ahead and see what goes on here today at Kansas. Let's head trackside for the command in the Code 3 Associates 400.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up. Brad Stover on the pole alongside fellow rookie Nathan Stapleton. Both of those guys have won races this season. Brad Stover has won twice. Nathan Stapleton won at Martinsville earlier in the year. Elijah Gordon is our defending race winner here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He got the victory at the Talladega Super Speedway last weekend to extend his points lead to 30 to 43, I should say. We got the 34 right next to him, and that's what I wanted to say. That's Aaron Walpole on the outside of Elijah Gordon in row number 2. Garrett Sinor alongside Justin Knight in row 3. Trey Bartow alongside the 32 of Diego Yepes, who is still in this championship hunt. He is 65 points behind. He starts 8th here today for American Motorsports. Adam Lewis alongside Andrew Miller to round out the top 10. There's John Stewart in 14th. Quite a ways behind Stewart. You got a lot of guys for 30th on down. Nicholas Samidio starting 30th. Then you got Cody Sill starting 37th. Justin Heath in 38th. Gratton and Canto 41st and 42nd respectively. But it's a 54-lap race. A lot can happen between now and the finish, but there might not be too many crashes. So watch out for those green flag pit stops. It's green flag racing from the Kansas Speedway. The Code 3 Associates 400 is green with Brad Stover at the front of the field. Brad Stover leads lap 1. Nathan Stapleton from the outside pole holds on to second. Elijah Gordon was under fire from Garrett Sinor. He held off the 38, and look at this mess. Trey Bartow 3 wide on the outside as Christian Vargas gets to the inside of him and Aaron Walpole. Justin Knight, Adam Lewis all up there. Top 4 pulled away from the rest of the field. Brad Stover holds on to the lead. Nathan Stapleton is right behind him with Elijah Gordon, Garrett Sinor, and now Justin Knight rounding out the top 5. Take a look at the back of the field. Stuart Gratton, Michael Canto trying to work their way from the back to the front. Especially Gratton is the guy to focus on. Canto's a little bit too far behind to have a shot at the championship at this point, but Gratton comes into this race second in the points, 43 behind Elijah Gordon. And he's trying to get as many points as he possibly can on the number 5. Of course, he's got a lot of positions until he catches up to the number 5. Nathan Stapleton to the inside of Brad Stover for the lead as Garrett Sinor gets around Elijah Gordon for the 3rd position. I said in qualifying yesterday, this might be Garrett Sinor's race. It's been since Season 4 at Atlanta since he's won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Well, here he is running 3rd right now, lap 4 at Kansas. Had a great qualifying effort yesterday. And now to the inside of Brad Stover for the 2nd position as Nathan Stapleton has taken the lead here in the Code 3 Associates 400. Stover trying to get the run on the outside. Very easy to get the run on the outside exiting turn number 4. And Stover will remain in the 2nd position for now, but Garrett Sinor does have some help from Justin Knight. Elijah Gordon falls to the 5th position. And here comes Tristan Allen up into the top 10. A great run for him. He's moved up quite a few positions at this point. Here, Jalarvin Alonso. He's also a guy retiring at the end of the season. He's moved himself in the top 10. Trey Bartow fell back initially, and now he's moving his way on the inside, trying to get his first win since Season 5 at Nashville. Back to the front, Nathan Stapleton pulling away as Justin Knight goes for the 2nd position. Now Garrett Sinor, who's gotten around Brad Stover at the line. Sinor was 2nd that time by, but Justin Knight's going to get it, entering turn number 1. Brad Stover back to the inside as well. Adam Lewis putting Elijah Gordon on the outside, and the big thing I want to focus on is Brad Stover and Elijah Gordon, because Brad Stover is 53 behind, 3rd in the points, and Stuart Gratton especially. Gratton is the only guy who has any mathematical shot at surpassing Elijah Gordon in the point standings at the end of the day. If Gratton were to win this race and Elijah Gordon finished 40th or worse, I do believe, then the number 25 would tie or take the points lead. Now we want to focus on Gratton, see if he can move his way up to the 5. Of course, he's still deep in the field, but he is still on the inside, trying to get as many positions as he possibly can during this green flag run so he can have a shot at that championship in his final Chick-fil-A Cup Series season. Nathan Stapleton holds on to the lead. Here comes Adam Lewis in the 74, and he didn't get a good run yesterday, but he's still been doing a great job in the Turkey Hill Series. He worked his way from about 37th in the points to 4th, just like Trey Bartow did in Season 3 of the Turkey Hill Series. He has done a great job over there. He's been in the 74 a few times this season. To the 2nd position as an uncharted driver, around Brad Stover, Tristan Allen. Another big name right here, still going for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. He's going for 4th on Justin Knight. I believe Tristan Allen started 15th for this race, already up 11 positions at this point. But the outside poles hitter, Nathan Stapleton, has led the most laps so far, trying to pull away from the rest of the field. The more these guys battle for second, the more the leader pulls away. It's the nature of this racetrack here at the Kansas Speedway. And these guys do not want to remain side by side for an extended period of time. Adam Lewis now in second. A great run for him in the uncharted 74 with Brad Stover, Tristan Allen. Here's Garrett Senor and Trey Bartow right behind him. You know, Senor and Bartow are both up here looking to get a good run here today, and you might see one of those guys in victory lane. I'm just sensing it. They got the experience. We've come to Kansas every single season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Veterans do tend to win this race as well. So we'll have to see what those guys can do as this race goes on. Of course, you know, I do have a little bit of bias. You know, they've been in the series since the beginning, trying to put that experience card on them, but I really want to see their losing streaks end here. I really do. And even Tristan Allen, who am I kidding? You know, he's been in this series since Season 3 and has yet to get a win. He deserves a win more than anybody. And he's currently running in the 4th position as they do close in up front. Nathan Stapleton holds on to the lead, but Adam Lewis is charging right behind him. He's trying to get a run on the outside, and he got up in the marbles. And here comes Brad Stover. He's going to take second, or at least attempt to take second, entering turn number 3. We saw in the Turkey Hill Series race yesterday, near the end of that one, when I forget who it was who was battling with Christian Master trying to get the win, but Master was able to hold on the outside. He could not be passed, and that outside lane works very well, especially as the tires wear out here at Kansas, and this is a very worn racetrack. Those tires are very significant, so you're probably going to see 4 fresh Goodyears on these machines when they come down the pit lane for the first set of pit stops. I'd expect that to be about lap 19, lap 20 when these guys first come down the pit lane. Garrett Senor to the inside of Tristan Allen, and he's going to make light work on the 2 right there. The 4th for Garrett Senor, got the inside the work through turns 3 and 4. Great run for him, and a great run for Justin Knight. Really haven't talked about him too much this season. Well, here he is, currently running in the 5th position. Elijah Gordon stuck on the outside lane, continuing to fall back. Currently 13th as Stuart Gratton, who is 43 points behind him, is right now 34th. I believe Gratton got held up and might have gotten stuck on the outside. He's not been able to advance too much that far back in the field. But I will say Brad Stover at the moment would close in on Elijah Gordon in the point standings. But Elijah Gordon got back to the inside. That lap, he was in the 13th position. So that is where he currently sits for Elijah Gordon Incorporated. Back to the front, Adam Lewis looking to close in on Nathan Stapleton. Lewis was able to keep Brad Stover behind him. On the charge is Garrett Senor in the 38. Got Tristan Allen. Now Trey Bartow to the inside of Justin Knight. Justin Knight got hung up on the outside and lost a couple positions right there. Adam Lewis in the 74's got a fast race car. He decides to not go to the inside of Nathan Stapleton, and he's going to stay behind him here on lap 15. And he might have wanted to go for the move right there. He had to brake check it. So he was closing in really fast on the 54, but had no way to get around him, and he didn't want to get stuck on that outside and have Brad Stover pass him, so he decided to just stay right behind Stapleton. So Adam Lewis in the 74, I believe he's going for his first career victory in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He raced full-time last season. I don't know if he got a win or not, but he's going to be passed here by Brad Stover, who's going to take second away, or at least attempt to do so, entering turn number 1. He's going to clear him right there. Here come Garrett Senor and Tristan Allen. They're the top 5 right now. Stapleton, Stover, Lewis, Senor, and Allen. Trey Bartow, Justin Knight, Christian Vargas, Richard Kinger, who's another retiring driver at the end of the season. We have 6 of them, by the way, retiring at the end of the season. Quite a few. Patrick Smith rounding at the top 10 with Elijah Gordon, currently running 11th. Diego Yepez, right now he'd be 67 behind Elijah Gordon exiting this race. Not exactly what he would want, but still a decent run for him in 13th. Some other guys in the championship hunt, Justin Heath and Cody Seal, are kind of out of it at this point. Same with Michael Canto, and you see Roger Ray and John Stewart. There are a couple of guys who are up there. Ray, 63 behind, Stewart, 66 behind. They're going to lose a lot more than Elijah Gordon, possibly fall outside the championship hunt if they finish where they're currently running, where Elijah Gordon is currently running. And Stuart Gratton as well. might be in a position to possibly fall outside the championship battle because he's deep in the field, and he would fall quite a bit on the number 5, the way they're currently running. And right now, it looks like Yepez will probably stay in close contention, and Brad Stover in the 99, who's gotten around Adam Lewis. He's currently running second. I think we might be seeing pit stops here shortly. We do see these guys coming down. The leader of the race, Nathan Stapleton, decides to take his number 54 machine down the pit lane with Garrett Senor, Tristan Allen, and a lot of other guys behind him. Now, in prior years, this race used to be only 40 laps long, and the pit window would happen right halfway. We'd have one guy make it on one stop and everybody else make it on 2 stops. Won't be the case here today. If this thing goes green, it's going to be a 2-stop race for everybody. So hopefully we do not get a caution during these cycle of pit stops. That's happened enough this season. And hopefully everybody can get out of this cycle of pit stops before a caution were to come out. Here's Brad Stover, Adam Lewis coming down. John Arndt is going to take the lead in the 05, the Darlington winner from earlier this season. Michael Canto staying out there with Roger Ray. Trying to hope for a caution to come out and they can possibly get put up front in the field here at Kansas. Stuart Gratton down the pit lane right there. Elijah Gordon there in the 5. Came down the lap before, I do believe. No, he did not. It was Garrett Senor, Tristan Allen who did. So Elijah Gordon did come down this time. And we'll check in on Nathan Stapleton there in the 54. And it looks like he got a bad stop there. And we saw it yesterday with Jamie Lee. He had a really poor stop while he was dominating the race. And the same can be said for Nathan Stapleton at this point. And I think Christian Vargas in the 06 got out ahead of all those guys. So Kansas is one of those places where the pit strategy plays a huge factor. And I mean, we could have seen some guys take 4 tires, some guys take 2 tires. Really, we're not focusing on that too much. Here are a couple of teammates, the Tanker Motorsports teammates of Adam Lewis and Richard Kinghart. And I'm wondering if Kinghart is in the position up front right now or not. We'll have to see how this all cycles through. I mean, for all I know, Christian Vargas could be on the tail end of the lead lap and Garrett Senor could be the leader. But we got to wait for it all to cycle through. And last of the guys coming off the pit lane right here. And looks like Richard Kinghart will surpass them. And it is, in fact, Richard Kinghart who is leading here at Kansas. He's going for his 3rd win of the season. Looking to become the first 3-time winner this season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Past seasons, we've had 26 races. I think we've always had a 3-time winner. Don't think we've ever had a season where the highest winner was only 2 wins. So we'll have to see if it stays that way this season. But the number 47 currently leading the field as they complete the cycle around. I think Matthew Phillips stayed out quite a bit right there, so that's why he's still showing the leader. But now it is officially the 47 of Richard Kinghart with his teammate Adam Lewis right behind him for the 2nd position. Christian Vargas, Garrett Senor, Tristan Allen, Trey Bartow, Justin Roberts in the top 10. Justin Knight in 9th. There's Brad Stover. There's Elijah Gordon. And Gordon surpassing the 99 here would make Gordon the highest chase driver in the field once again. 2 straight races where he has been the highest chase driver in the field. Watkins Glen, where he was actually in a battle with Brad Stover for that right, in Talladega where he got the victory. So we'll have to see. Elijah Gordon pulling off a pretty strong race at this point. Checking to see where Gratton is, midway through the field right now. And he is currently 25th, so he gained a few positions there. Great pit stop for Stuart Gratton, all things considered. And there will be another set of pit stops in this race, so it's not over yet for these guys. Elijah Gordon and crew did a great job. But he's got some traffic right in front of him. Patrick Smith, Justin Knight. Yikes, that's close right there. They got in the marbles there. Patrick Smith slid up into Justin Knight, and that 35 might not be too happy with the 66 after that one. Gordon gets by. Stover's trying to get by. And I think Stover will get by in the number 99 ahead of the 66 of Patrick Smith. Back to the point. Adam Lewis, the uncharted driver, to the inside of his teammate for the lead. The 74 is trying to get it. I think he is going to get it. Almost getting into his teammate. He slid up tremendously. Here comes the 06 of Christian Vargas looking to close in and take the lead away from these guys. And he is drafting right on Adam Lewis right there. Vargas going for his 2nd win of the season. Got the win in the Coke 600. And he's going for his win here at Kansas, if he can possibly get it. For Wade Enterprises, Garrett Senor running 4th, Trey Bartzer running 5th, Tristan Allen, Justin Roberts. with the exception of Tristan Allen, I should say. I was about to say all 4 of those guys raced in Season 1. Allen did not come in until Season 3, but all these guys have raced a long time. And same with this guy, if you count Elijah Gordon, who's currently 8th right now in the 5. This team is unstoppable. They have done such a flawless job during the chase, and they just keep on becoming the highest chase driver in every single event. But you got Diego Yepes here. He might challenge him for that position, because I think he's got a strong number 32. And like I said, he's got another set of pit stops in this thing. And, you know, Gratton, he might find his way around Elijah Gordon after that set of pit stops goes. So we'll just have to see how it all goes down. I mean, it's going to come down to that set of pit stops. Not necessarily for the win. These guys are racing for the win. But for where these guys fall in place compared to the other chase drivers, it's going to come down to those pit stops because they are spread out quite a bit back in there. Nathan Stapleton, by the way, fell all the way back. He actually just got passed by Stuart Gratton. Now 23rd on the racetrack, probably 24th at this point, so not a good pit stop at all for Nathan Stapleton, our outside pole sitter. Definitely not the day he wanted in the number 54. Adam Lewis, the leader here at Kansas. He's gotten around the 47 of Richard Kinghart. We saw that move he made earlier on, and he was able to pull away. Christian Vargas trying to get on Richard Kinghart. We're halfway through the Code 3 Associates 400 here at the Kansas Speedway. The 74 holds on to the lead right now. Garrett Zenor and Trey Bartow are closing in, however. Same with Tristan Allen and Justin Roberts. And then the 2 chasers, Elijah Gordon and Brad Stover, running 8th and 9th, with Patrick Smith rounding out the top 10 right now for North State Racing. And these guys are closing in on each other, and we might have ourselves a battle for the lead between these guys before the next cycle of pit stops. Trey Bartow to the inside of Garrett Zenor. That could just be the finish of the race. We could see a very similar situation when we come to the end of this one here today at Kansas, so watch out for that. Had a really close finish in the ARCA Series last year here at the Kansas Speedway, when Edwin Mendez got his first and so far only career victory of Napa Fan. It's a pretty good finish there as well. We might see something very similar here today out of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series drivers. Kinghart and Vargas are closing in. With Bartow's pass on Zenor, Zenor is now falling back in the 38. Tristan Allen goes up to the 5th position. Justin Roberts the 6th, and Elijah Gordon trying to take 7th. Elijah Gordon started 3rd for this race. There goes Vargas by Richard Kinghart. Trey Bartow trying to close in on the 47. That'll be for 3rd. Elijah Gordon started 3rd. He fell back, but he's now rebounded up to the 6th position at this point. 7th, I should say, as he is behind Justin Roberts, who is currently in the 6th position. Vargas way up high. So Richard Kinghart looks to close in, and Adam Lewis is saying, you guys go ahead and battle. I'll just pull away and win this thing. A great run for Adam Lewis in the 74. Gets this hot seat ride. If he were to get the win, it would be the 4th uncharted driver to win a race this season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But Adam Lewis definitely a very good driver over in the Turkey Hill Series. I believe he got the win at Bristol. I think that's where he got the victory. It was a great Bristol race, by the way, for the Turkey Hill Series. There goes Bartow on the inside at Christian Vargas. That is for 3rd. And Bartow has a strong car in the number 4, I can tell you that much. And Zenor got stuck on the outside. He's going to fall to 10th. John Arndt, Blaine Keys, and Justin Heath. Justin Heath is a chase driver here. He's 95 behind Elijah Gordon. I'm pretty sure he's out of the championship hunt at this point, but he's still going for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. Got the open win. But we'll have to see if he can get something done here. Almost won the Truck Championship last year. Got the championship in the Hers Dash Series last year. He's a very, very consistent driver with only 1 career Napa Fan win. And it came in a special event, too. Bartow, the man on the move right here, trying to get around Richard Kinghart. He's going to get the run here as Kinghart slips up the racetrack. That is a good long run car right there for Mobile One Racing. And I'd love to see Trey Bartow get a win. I just love to see that. I'd love to see all these guys get a win. I'd love to see Kinghart get his 3rd win of the season, his retirement season. I mean, he's going to become the first one to do it if he can do it. I'd love to see Adam Lewis get a win. All the success he's had in the Turkey Hill Series. And it just piles right here into the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That's going to give him a lot of confidence and shape up a pretty good battle over there in the Turkey Hill Series. The points battle over there has been fantastic, and Adam Lewis in contention for that championship, and the yellow is out. That changes the whole game, and somebody went around him turn number 1. It was Tristan Allen in the 2. That is a heartbreaker for Tristan Allen. He had a shot at victory here today. I'm wondering if he got involved with somebody else. And, have to see. It wasn't Elijah Gordon, I can tell you that much. And it was not Brad Stover. Now, Elijah Gordon fell back there. He's back to 8th. That would have been big if it was Elijah Gordon getting involved, but it was not. So, I will say this, though. There is Stuart Gratton. He is currently running. Let me see here. He's not too far behind Elijah Gordon. I mean, I think he's 21st, yeah. 21st, Elijah Gordon's 8th. You know, that's a lot closer than what it was earlier. I mean, there's enough time for Gratton to surpass the 5 here. We'll just have to see. This will be the last stop of the day for these guys. They should not have to come back down, and here we go. This is going to be the money stop for these guys. Now they will all be bunched up on the restart, so that's going to shake things up. But if you get a bad pit stop here, your day's done. You cannot move your way from 40th to the lead here at Kansas in less than 20 laps. It's just not possible. Adam Lewis did not start last, by the way. I don't know why he's all the way back there. I think it's just because he's the uncharted driver. The uncharted drivers do get the last 2 pit stalls in these races, and you know who's going to get the race off the pit lane? It's going to be Brad Stover. Gas and go for Stover. Now, Justin Knightsan, he got the race off. He's probably going to be second. There's Patrick Smith, Julio Caesar, and Luke Rainey on strategy here. A lot of guys on strategy, but I don't know if the fuel-only strategy is going to work out. We got a really long run coming up here. Adam Lewis, Kinghart, Bartow, Vargas, Roberts, Gordon. I think they all took tires. They're all going to be in contention for this win as well, but definitely some strategy, and I do not like that strategy out of Brad Stover. You're a championship driver, and you're not taking tires when you probably should. You got to stay with Elijah Gordon. I think this is going to cause him to lose a lot of positions, but we're going to have to see. He might be able to hold on here. And I do believe Brad Stover will restart in the first position. He beat off Justin Knight, so we'll have to see how they sort that one out. But either way, let's go ahead and see what happened to Tristan Allen to trigger the first caution of the race here in the Code 3 Associates 400 at Kansas. Well, I was saying this did not involve Elijah Gordon, but it actually did. Elijah Gordon getting into Tristan Allen, entering turn number 1. And there is going to be somebody on that Beast Racing team who's not going to be too happy. Gordon just driving right into him. He did not judge that corner well at all. And Gordon saved this, by the way. Just think if Gordon was involved with Tristan Allen there. And what a save by Elijah Gordon. If he gets this championship, just look at that moment right there as possibly saving it. But you see what happens to Tristan Allen. A simple incident. The only driver involved in this one significantly. A lot of right side damage to his race car, but Tristan Allen's probably not going to be too happy with the guy who's the points leader. Yeah, that's definitely a shady move right there. We'll have to see how the officials call that. Of course, we have no penalties because of race actions. It's all computerized, so we cannot penalize anybody on what happens on the racetrack. But either way, there's going to be somebody not too happy with the 5 Elijah Gordon after that one, and his name is Tristan Allen, who got a good run and possibly a chance at victory taken away from him just because of that. Replay this in real time. Elijah Gordon. Man, it's almost like he got into him on purpose there. That was definitely an edgy move. Now, I won't say it is on purpose. I think he dove it in a little too deep and just got into the left rear corner panel of the number 2. But that is a heartbreaker for Tristan Allen. Had a great run going for him, and it's going to be back of the field for him. I think he'll be able to continue, but that good run he had is gone after that incident right there. Got a very interesting strategy going on. Brad Stover, the leader. Let's see what he does on the restart. He took fuel only, while the leader of the race at this point, you guys are seeing here, Adam Lewis, took tires along with a lot of those guys behind Lewis. So we'll have to see if the no-tire strategy works out for Stover. Will he get his 3rd win of the season? We'll have to find out here in less than 20 laps at the Kansas Speedway. Huge, huge moment here. Brad Stover apparently penalized on that pit stop. Don't quite know why he's coming back down the pit lane. They might not have gotten it packed full of fuel. And I'm wondering here if they're going to take tires. You might as well at this point. You're going to be sent to the end of the field. But that is huge right there for Brad Stover. I guess they just did not put enough fuel in that race car, and they changed their strategy. So now Justin Knight will be the leader of the race. And it just keeps on getting better for Elijah Gordon. I mean, Brad Stover was his biggest competitor in this championship, the way they were currently running, and now he's going to be sent to the end of the field. Absolutely unbelievable for our pole sitter, Brad Stover. Let's get to the restart here in the Code 3 Associates 400 at Kansas. And another problem. Julio Caesar ducking down. And I think these guys who came down and took fuel only did not get enough fuel in their race car. There's Luke Rainey, I should say. He's also coming down. Yeah, they took a very, very bold strategy there, trying to make a really quick stop to get to the lead, but we had about 18 laps to go. You can't just do 5 seconds of fuel and expect to make it the whole way. Luke Rainey is actually going to stay out there. Julio Caesar is coming back down. We're not going to go to commercial break here because they'll be coming back around to take the green flag this time. So it's Justin Knight leading the field, and only 3 guys on that fuel-only strategy now ahead of Adam Lewis, Richard Kinghart, Trey Bartow, Christian Vargas, Justin Roberts, Elijah Gordon, and Hergel Arvin Alonso. John Arndt and Garrett Sonor behind those guys. The top 3 are Justin Knight, Patrick Smith, and Watkins Glen winner Luke Rainey. And Caesar's going to come off the pit lane. Now those guys, those 2, I'm wondering if it might just be strategy. They might be expecting these guys to run out of gas, but it's 18 laps, and with all the caution laps, I just don't think that's going to be a problem. They should be able to make it to the end of the race. But I don't know about these 3. They might have to come down. They might not have gotten enough fuel in their race cars, so we'll have to see. But Elijah Gordon, currently the highest chase driver in the field. You got to watch out for Alonso. He's a very tenacious driver. He will go to the inside of Elijah Gordon if he gets the opportunity. And if he gets stuck on the outside here, and if Gratton passes Gordon, that's a big thing, because Gratton will stay within a race of Elijah Gordon if he finishes ahead of the 5. And, you know, they're not too far off at this point. Elijah Gordon 8th, Stuart Gratton 19th. Only 11 cars in between the 2 of them, and 14 laps to go. If Gordon gets stuck on the outside, Gratton on the inside, a very likely scenario, Gratton will surpass the 5. So we'll have to see if that is the case. It's going to be 15 laps to go at Kansas, with Justin Knight the leader, Adam Lewis, Trey Bartow on the outside, and those guys who did not get the fresh tires, they did not get going on the restart, and Lewis on the outside trying to make it stick. It's John Arndt in the 05, and I think Alonso might have gone with the fuel-only strategy as well. He went nowhere. Adam Lewis is kind of stuck behind the 66 at this point. You might want to watch for this. They're going 3 wide. They're coming down the pit lane. Top 3 could not make it, and the crew chief sent them down. And a lot of these guys got held up from those guys coming down the pit lane. They had to check it up, and we might want to watch for another accident possibly happening here. Look at this mess. Entering turn number 1. I know for Stuart Gratton, he'd love to see a wreck, but I don't think we're going to get it. They keep it pretty clean through the corner. That is not at all what Gratton wanted to see as Elijah Gordon pulled away. And here we go for the lead. Trey Bartow to the inside of Adam Lewis. Lap 41 of 54, and Bartow to the point here at Kansas. 13 to go in the Code 3 Associates 400. A big gap between Elijah Gordon and Stuart Gratton. However, for Gratton, it's only going to be a 44-point difference the way they are currently running. If Gratton can pull away from the rest of these guys, which he might not be able to, here comes Cody Sill. That is not at all what Gratton wants to see. If Gratton gets stuck behind, gets stuck on that outside and falls back, he's going to lose a lot of ground to Elijah Gordon. But right now, Gratton in a top 10 position. He would hold on to a chance at possibly getting around Elijah Gordon in the next race. But right now, it's just a little too much. And they are starting to figure it out back in here. But those guys coming down the pit lane, I just don't get that strategy out of Luke Rainey, Justin Knight, and Patrick Smith. It did not work out for him at all. We saw Brad Stover, Julio Caesar come down. They knew they were not going to be able to make it. Gratton is now stuck on the outside here, as Cody Sill got around him. Cody Sill up to 8th. Really haven't seen much of him all day. Gratton hoping to get the run on the outside of William Brock, but he is stuck up there as Elijah Gordon closes in on Justin Roberts. It's Trey Bartow out front in the number 4. Christian Vargas, Richard Kinghart to the inside of Adam Lewis. That is for the 3rd position. This race might be between Vargas and Bartow. We saw yesterday in the Turkey Hill Series race, Christian Master hold on to the lead. Those last few laps right there. Bartow's the kind of guy that can get that lane to work to his favor, and you see him right there. Took the middle lane, and he kept the same distance between him and Vargas. And Gratton falling back in the 25. Wondering if Fitzwater might let him through here. He's probably not going to. All these guys want to get as many positions as possible, and they don't really care about the championship. They're not part of it. And that is tough for Gratton. He was one position away from Elijah Gordon, and now quite a few positions behind him. As Elijah Gordon once again looking to become the highest chase finisher in a chase race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's to the inside of Justin Roberts for 6th, and those guys coming down the pit lane completely messed these guys up. I mean, Gratton was right there, but got held up and lost quite a bit of ground. You see the difference there between Elijah Gordon and Cody Sill, over 2 seconds, and Cody Sill's not closing in either. Elijah Gordon's gotten around Justin Roberts, and here comes Christian Vargas trying to spoil Trey Bartow's day here at Kansas. Bartow trying to get the run on the outside. That did not work for him at all, and here comes Vargas to the inside for the lead. The 06 side by side with the 7-season veteran, lap 47 of 54. And Vargas is going to get it. Bartow slips up tremendously. He's going to try to block the 47. John Arndt is here in the 5th position, and here comes Kinghart. Vargas got a terrible run off the corner, and Bartow will clear Kinghart, and Bartow is still in this thing. Will Trey Bartow get the victory here at Kansas, or will Vargas hold on and win? Bartow trying to pull away from Kinghart, and John Arndt is here as well, looking to spoil the party for these guys. Gratton will not lose too much. Either way, a win for Stuart Gratton, I say. Starting 41st, right now running 12th. Going to lose about 6 points on Elijah Gordon. Maybe a little less. We'll just have to see how it all shakes out for the finish of this one. They're all single file throughout the top 5. Bartow running 2nd. Kinghart, Arndt, and Adam Lewis as Vargas continues to lead. I can tell you Trey Bartow wants this win. I can tell you Kinghart wants to get some wins before he retires as well. I mean, he's going to be tenacious, and John Arndt, he's always looking for a victory in that Zaxby's machine. And Adam Lewis, Turkey Hill Series driver, a very rare opportunity for him to get a Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. All 5 of these guys are going to be putting their heart out for this win here at Kansas. Bartow trying to get that run on the inside, not getting it to work. Kinghart might get a run to the inside of him here. Drafting right behind the 4. I think he's going to get him. Entering turn number 1. There he goes to the inside. Bartow's going to get shoved up the outside lane. And Kinghart will go to 2nd. Wondering if Bartow just used his stuff. This thing's going to be between Kinghart and Vargas. And Kinghart driving right up to the 06. And Bartow is still in this thing. He clears Adam Lewis. Kinghart way up the racetrack. And Bartow might get around the 47. All this battling for 2nd is allowing Vargas to pull away in the 06. It's 4 laps to go in the Code 3 Associates 400. There's Elijah Gordon, highest chase driver in the field, currently running now in the 5th position, 2 for 1 through 1 corner around Justin Roberts and John Arndt. And I think the top 3 will have a shot still. Vargas, Kinghart, and Bartow. What Bartow wants to see is Kinghart get the run on Vargas, then go side by side, and Bartow close right in on those guys, and it might happen here soon. I think Bartow's got enough of a gap between Adam Lewis that he can stay right where he is to have a shot. Kinghart trying to draft off Christian Vargas. They're both up the racetrack. Bartow closing in on the 47. I mean, Bartow wants Kinghart to pass the 06. If they go side by side for 2nd, it's over. They're not going to have a chance at victory. So if I'm Bartow, I'm getting that 47 around the 06 of Christian Vargas. Bartow running the high line. And they're just not closing in on each other anymore. The tires have worn out. Vargas, 2 laps to go at Kansas. Elijah Gordon running 5th. Stuart Gratton running 12th. That's a 7-point gap. That means it's going to be 50 points for Elijah Gordon at the end of the day. And Kinghart still has a shot. A great run through turn 2. It's not over yet. Will we have the last lap pass here at Kansas? We'll just have to find out. Kinghart all over the back bumper of the 06. And here we go. White flag in the Code 3 Associates 400. Kinghart all over the 06. Will he dive to the inside? No, he won't. He's going to stay right behind him. He doesn't want Bartow to have a shot. Vargas is going to pull away through the corner. And Bartow is going to try to take 2nd. That was Kinghart's chance to get the win, and he messed it up. He should have gone to the inside, and he didn't. And Christian Vargas going to be his second win of the season for Wade Enterprises, or is it? Kinghart closed in. Will he get to the inside? No, he won't. Christian Vargas wins the Code 3 Associates 400 at the Kansas Speedway. Elijah Gordon, 5th place finish for him. Stuart Gratton finishes 12th. It's going to be a 50-point gap with 3 races to go for Elijah Gordon in the number 5. That was a pretty good race right there near the end. Kinghart had the shot at moving to the inside and could not do it. And Christian Vargas holds on for his second win of the season. Might be the 6th or 7th different driver to win multiple races this season. And that'd be 2 races because nobody's won 3 races yet. It was almost Kinghart. He couldn't get around the 06. Christian Vargas for Wade Enterprises gets it done here at Kansas. This championship battle is starting to really look clear for Elijah Gordon. I mean, if he races like he has been racing these past few races, in the next 3 races, he is guaranteed the champion. And right now, nobody can surpass him in the points, exiting the next race at Rockingham. So it's going to be by Phoenix before we could possibly see a new points leader. Even then, I don't know if anyone's going to get around Elijah Gordon. What a chase. What a past 3 races as well. He's finished top 5 in the past 3 races. 3 straight top 5s. That's how good he has been doing here. And in his finals Chick-fil-A Cup Series season, he might go back-to-back as the champion of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We're just going to have to see. Vargas, the winner, though, holding off Richard Kinghart. A hard-earned victory for Christian Vargas. A great one for him. He got around Trey Barton near the end there. All those guys came down with fuel only, and that's the result. Brad Stewart finished 27th. You know, he had a chance at beating Elijah Gordon in this race, and the strategy completely messed him over. 27th for Brad Stover. He's going to fall behind tremendously, and it's getting very clear right now. At this point, I think Stuart Gratton's the only guy who's going to have any mathematical shot, or any reasonable shot, I should say, at winning this championship from Elijah Gordon. But the way things are looking right now, this is Gordon's season to lose, and this new system definitely benefiting the number 5, and in all honesty, that's what it should be. He has shown us that he deserves to be the champion here in these past few races, and he is definitely living up to what is expected out of a champion in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in 2018. Great drive for Elijah Gordon. Great drive for Trey Bartow, either way. And Garrett Tenor, both getting top 10s. Justin Roberts, Cody Sill, McMillan, John Hart, Adam Lewis. The only rookie to finish in the top 10 was Christian Vargas, who won the race. Everybody else a veteran driver, so the veterans definitely showed up today in that top 10. See the rest of the results right there here from the Kansas Speedway. Next week, it's the Motor Racing Outreach 401 from the Rockingham Motor Speedway. 55 laps there. And a 1.479-mile racetrack, I think, named Rockingham United Kingdom. Going overseas for the only time this season, as always, as the late race at Rockingham Motor Speedway takes place next weekend right here on Napa Fan. Congratulations to Christian Vargas, the winner here at Kansas. And congratulations to Elijah Gordon on that great run. Now he doesn't have the championship quite yet, but it's getting easier and easier for him right now with only 3 races left and a 50-point lead. Here are the point standings for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series after 27 races in the season. And congratulations to Christian Vargas once again on his victory here at Kansas. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.
My love song forever. You are my heartbeat forever. song. Forever, you are my heartbeat. Forever, my love song.